Hey guys. Oh jeez. All right, guys. So I'm sorry. I was muting myself, putting myself on live on Instagram, and then oh, do you see that flex on accident? Um, what do you call it? I am on here getting sidetracked. Carrie's gonna kill me because I was supposed to go on a script on who and what Genovix is, but I don't need a script for that. So although there are some key points that I want to make sure I handle. So while I'm handling those key points, I'm going to send them over to Dante. Dante, I need you to handle my key points real quick. And then also I'm going to be putting myself, like I said, live on Instagram as well. These will be way more calculated, or maybe not. Honestly, guys, if you guys haven't known me for the last 10 years, I just like to just jump on and do. I don't want to waste your guys' time. I'm really big on not wasting your guys' time. But anyways, I won't see the questions. If you guys have any questions on here, Carrie's going to handle those questions. Yeah, I'm just gonna go and just tell you kind of why we started. What it's the coach in me. I've been a personal trainer for 15 years, and during that time, I loved training the mind, body, and believe it or not, like it that translates to a lot of things you do. Into the things you do, I should say. Translate a lot of things. I got sidetracked. It translates into a lot of the things that you do in life. For instance, when you feel good and you feel like you look good, you like perform really good, right? So anyways, I started seeing that in my life when it came to business, and my friends' lives and my family's lives when it came to business. The more they were able to work on themselves, the more their the external part of their life, just let me go live real quick. Was doing well, whether it was relationships, jobs, education, business. It's just her performance well. Anyways, so I was like, wow, I started getting more into kind of in the coaching of business as well. And that's kind of how Genovix started. But Genovix isn't just consulting and coaching. It's a lot more than that. But let me just go live real quick. Okay. Okay, guys, I am live on both my my computer and my phone. All right, guys. So hopefully you guys can hear me. Hope you guys hear me. Don, can I see my notes real quick? All right. So I lied when I said I didn't need passionately. I don't need to have a script for what Genovix is, but there are things that I want to make sure we hit. So Genovix has what's the right word I'm looking for? It has our trademark steps. And what does STEP stand for? STEP stands for, back this up a little bit. STEP stands for structure, technology, efficiency, processes, and scalability. So what's the structure? Structure is, I would say, knowing what you're going to be, what your business, the foundation, right? It's knowing the foundation of your business, whether that's your niche clients, whether that's your sales pitch, whether that's, is it working? Not working? Oh yeah, okay. Whether that's your core values. All right, guys. So then there's technology, right? Technology is forever changing. Algorithms are forever changing. I have cameras on both sides, so get my good side, you guys get my bad side. It's forever changing, right? And a lot of companies that choose not to change with it end up suffering. I was one of them a while back. Believe it or not, guys, like my clothing designs were different that are now all normal, I guess. My coaching style I felt different. Now that's normal, like building booties. I was building booties 10 years ago or plus, before Instagram even came out. I never posted about it because I didn't change with the times, right? And it bit me in the butt. Anyways, that's just one example. There's many other examples. There's data tracking, there's CRM, there's campaign, there are drip campaign, there's funnels, there's ads. I mean, it goes on, right? Some of you guys maybe know all of them. Some of you guys maybe don't know half of them. Some of you guys maybe know all of them and never even used one of them, right? So that's what Genovix is here for, right? Then there's efficiency. Efficiency is automating. It's now, I'm not saying you want to be a robot and you want to turn your business into a robot. That is not what I'm talking about. Automating means, would it be nice if you went to bed and you woke up and there was clients on your calendar? That's automation, right? It's not that a robot is going to run your sales appointment or, tell the client and listen to the client's needs and wants and what would help them. It's that there are systems, or there's systems put in place that can help you work effectively. I mean, there's no better example than sleeping and still getting clients while you're sleeping, right? That's efficiency at its finest. Then there's processes. Okay, processes again are just, you're dotting your I's and crossing your T's. Okay, those are things that are going to help you scale. Those are the things that help you grow. Those are the things that that are very duplicatable. So that way, when I hire models like Dante, he's able to just jump on the computer and do what I do what Carrie does, do what Val does, Matt, Chris, Desiree. They're just able to do what. It doesn't matter who's doing it, it's easy to do. And then there's scalability. Every business wants to scale, and it's cool that that's the last thing in our steps, because I think when you do all these steps, by the time you get to the last scalability, you're so preoccupied on the structure, the technology, the efficiency, the processes, that as long as you focus on that, scalability comes. Scalability just happens because you're focusing on working on the business, right? And I'll talk more about that later, because I think that's a different mindset, guys, that is crucial to business. Okay. Anyways, so with all that being said, we specialize in problem solving, systematizing, and overcoming any obstacles, right? So when we talk to you as Genovix, when you go on and you talk to either myself or any of the consultants on Genovix, we're listening to you. 90% of the time of that meeting, 90% of that meeting should be you talking. And I'm telling you that right now. If you're in sales and you're listening to this, write that note down, that if you're in sales, your customer, your client, your prospect should be doing 90% of the talking. Okay. Now, does that mean you just stare blankly at them? No. I mean, come on, use a little bit of discernment. Engage with them, right? Ask the questions that will lead to business. Okay. So, but that's on the sales side. But I guess since I'm already talking about that real quick, I'll just say, like, it's cool to ask someone, what's their dog's name, but unless you're a groomer, a pet groomer, or a mobile grooming service, like, see how that doesn't go further than, oh, my dog's name is, Bruno. I just came up with a dog name right now. That was random. I just randomly came up with that name. But you get what I'm saying. So that's just on the sales side. So that, I mean, a lot of us, everyone's on business on Genovix. So I guess I am talking. You guys are not only just here for Genovix, but you're here for your business as well. So take that hint, that little tip, guys, is that 90% of your customers should be talking. This is where a script comes into play. This is where having a process comes to play. This is where efficiency comes to play, because you only have 10% of this meeting now, right? To say what you need to say and say it well and say it right and then move forward, right? But every meeting that you go on should be the point. It should be in your head. How can I help this client or this customer? Okay, that's what your 10% of the appointment should be occupying your mind, is how can I help? So you listen. Someone comes up to you, or I'm here for telling you what Genovix is. So Dante comes up to me and says, hey, I run a gym and I'm not getting any clients. I'm not getting any boot camp members. I'm struggling, bills. I'm barely keeping up with bills. I'm coming out of pocket now, right? Then I ask them, well, I'm just that's a basic story, guys, and very short, but they could get way detailed, right? But after I listen, I just say, well, how are you getting your members? How are they coming in? Word of mouth, you see, is what he says. Okay, that's a great way because a lot of people trust the person who tells them, right? But I'm like, how many people do you have in your gym? I only have 10. Well, you only have 10 people telling people about your gym, so it's not a lot, right? So what's the next step then? Then I asked, well, do you have any opt-in pages or anything that will catch a potential prospect, right? A potential gym owner. No, what does that even look like? Oh, well, do you have do you do boot camp? He said, yeah, I do 5 days a week. All right, cool. Why don't you put out a funnel, okay, that can be sent on I'm going out of a little ahead of myself, but let's just say you create a funnel that in that funnel, it says free week once you put in your name, number, and an email, okay? You have to get their contact information, right? Once you get their contact information, they sign up for a free week, they come to your gym, they do it. That's on you to bring the value. But now you have their information, right? Let's just say they're like, nope, Dante, you're 6'4", which he is, 6'5", 6'5", you're too intimidating, right? Well, you have their information, right? Maybe they were just scared for the first time going to the gym, and Dante being 6'5" is, intimidating. Well, you have their contact information, right? Now you put them in the free weeks that said no pipeline, right? Now you kind of nurture them, and you say, hey, Carrie, I hope you enjoyed your free week. You were a great part of the community. Everyone can't wait to see you lose 50 pounds. You know what I mean? Here at Exodus, we're the standard, and that doesn't just mean in form, in mindset, in health. It also means in community, so you'll never be alone. She sees that, says, wow, Dante is a big 6'5" teddy bear, right? But she's like, I'm not ready yet. So then you send another email, maybe 2 days, 3 days, a week. You determine that. Okay, but let's just say Dante sends it out another email and says, mind you, he's not sending them out. He's already written all these emails out, or we as Genovix have already done these emails for you guys. So while Dante's working on other potential prospects, the system that he put in place, the technology and the processes and the efficiency he's put in place is working for him, right? So what does that look like? The next email says, hey, Carrie, hope all is well. We are having an open gym today on Saturday. I hope to see you there. Again, it's free. We'll put into a small workout for everyone who joins on open gym. But it's this Saturday coming up, right? Now she's like, okay, you know what? It's free, nothing to it. I'm gonna take a step in there. I'm gonna go check it out, right? And she sees the community, she sees Dante again, she sees him in a new light because he's been kind of reaching out to her via email or text. SMS is fine, but I personally don't like SMS. Nothing beats emails, guys. Nothing has been the open rate of emails ever. So SMS has, they did it too fast. Every company jumped right on it. So what did that look like? It looked like spam. And now no one reads their SMS text messages. I know that because I have like 1,000 unread messages. Anyways, and they're all spam or spammed by businesses. And I'm just like, I don't have time for it. But I will read an email because I opt into an email. I don't know how they got my message or my text, my phone number, but whatever. It is what it is. I already know how to do it. The company that got my phone number sold it to another company. Anyways, guys, do you see what I'm trying to say? Is that while Dante is working on growing his gym, he's nurturing potential prospects that came in and then say yes right away. Okay, that is something a lot of business. You can put that into any business, guys. Whether it's, coaching, whether it's products, whether it's services, maybe someone didn't, or again, how about this? Let's just say you're a carpet cleaning service, right? And you did someone's house and you got their information you set up a program with them that you come every once a month. Once a month, you already have the client, right? You already have a client. Why not put that client in saying cleaned carpet pipeline, right? And from that clean carpet pipeline, every week before every 3 weeks, you send a message saying, reminding them that, hey, Dante, I'm going to be coming to your house on the 1st, giving you a 1 week advance notice to let you know that, I'm coming to the 1st and I'll be cleaning your carpet. Then Dante replies back, yeah, sure, that works, and schedules it on the calendar, right? Or you know what, maybe the 1st doesn't work, but the 2nd does. My point is Dante's messaging those clients and nurturing them, letting them know that they weren't just a one-time client, right? Especially if you're a business that can do it multiple times. I mean, how many businesses on here that are going to see this show or have a one-time client, right? I mean, when that one-time client can probably be a forever client if you just nurtured it the right way. Anyways, I heard it, guys. My point is this. Okay, so I'm rambling. I don't know what else left. My computer's dying, my phone's dying. All right, so a lot of our clients experience this, okay? Not knowing where to start. All right. Others telling you how success looks like, but never telling you how to get there. Those two are huge for me, okay? I didn't know where to start when I started my clothing brand. I didn't know where to start when I started coaching. I put it this way, I coached for like 6 months before I found out you needed a certificate. This was like 12, 13 years ago, but I didn't know any of that. No one told me. I didn't ask. I didn't even know what the question was to ask that, right? My point is this, guys, and then is that not knowing where to start is huge. That's what Genovix is here for. I have a team of elite specialists. So I have a paralegal, copywriter, funnel builders, CRM, email campaigns, icon, and logo designers and graphic designers. So guys, I have a team that's been doing it for a long time in their niche fields. Okay. Others telling you how success looks like and not ever telling you how to get there usually are the haters. I want to tell you that right now, guys. Those are the haters. And those are the ones that are jealous or scared of you. Meaning this, if someone comes to me and says, hey, Jay, how do you start a gym? I'm going to tell them, get on my calendar. If you're serious, you'll be sitting in that chair in 2 days from now. Ask me all the questions you need to ask to grow to get a gym. Sorry, to get a gym. I have no secrets to hide, guys. The truth is, for me, if someone's willing to work as hard as me, it only helps me work harder. Because again, I'm not going to be outworked. That's called friendly competition. I'm not here to step on anybody. I'm here to grow with people. And if you are able to help me move faster and stronger and better, then by all means, I want you by my side at all times. Let's see. Having a hard time finding like individuals. Some of you guys are telling your friends and your family your dreams. And let's be real, you're the only entrepreneur in your family. So what does that look like? It looks like this. Hey, mom, hey, dad, hey, brother, hey, sister, hey, uncle, hey, aunt, hey, grandma, grandpa. I'm going to be a successful business owner. Sure you are. But how about you just go get a 9-to-5 job, right? You're like, whoa, you just, but they don't know any better. You can't get mad at them. Well, how are they going to resonate with you? You're the only entrepreneur in the family. And they have no business experience. They have nothing, no encouraging things to tell you. Not that they don't want to, it's just how can they, right? Or you're telling your friends, who, by the way, your friends, believe it or not, only your close friends. You know how they say keep your circle small? I say keep your circle the size of a dot. Those are your real friends, okay? Now, most people that you surround yourself with don't want you to, they don't want you to fail. They want you to succeed, but they never want you to succeed more than that, okay? And how does that look like? Imagine me and you having the same job. We work the same hours, same company, everything. We get paid the same. But you work hard for 8 hours, and I work hard for only 30 minutes, right? And the raise comes, okay? And you got $1 raise and I got a $2 raise. Would you be happy for me? No, right? It's not that you wanted me to fail, it's that you didn't want me to succeed more than you, right? Even if you think you put in a lot more work. That's my point though, guys, is that a lot of friends They don't see that you're working harder than them. They don't see that you're working 24/7. They don't see that the sacrifices you make. They don't see that you're living penny to